It is the 22nd day of October 2025. Welcome to Citizen News in Brief. My name is Wycliffe Orandi. Now, we start with the story that has been making headlines for the better part of the day. And Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga has resigned from his position as the vice chairperson of the Council of Governors, also apologizing for his remarks, which seemed to celebrate the death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. During a funeral in Nyeri, Kahiga claimed that the political arrangement between President William Ruto and Raila Odinga had shifted government development priorities towards the Nyanza region, denying Mount Kenya a share of government resources.
I really apologize to our mourning nation, to the family of the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, and to my colleague leaders from all sides of the political divide for any harm that it has elicited. The clip was taken while attending a burial in my home village, and my remarks were in no way celebratory. Let me also make it clear that the remarks I made are my personal views and therefore should in no way be associated with the community's position or any political affiliation, nor the Council of Governors. What I meant is that under the current broad-based government, we have seen skewed development, and politically, the loss of the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Odinga sends everyone back to the drawing board. As the popular saying goes, God takes the best, and it is in this context that I made those remarks in vernacular. In noting the huge public interest that this issue has generated, I am taking responsibility of the real and perceived meaning of my remarks, and as a result, therefore, I have decided that with immediate effect, I am going to step down as the Vice Chair of the Council of Governors.
Now, staying with that story, the Council of Governors has unanimously voted to remove Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga as its vice chairperson. The decision came shortly after Kahiga announced his resignation ahead of a special meeting called to discuss his conduct. COG Chair Ahmed Abdullahi said Kahiga's remarks were personal and did not represent the Council's views. He urged leaders to be cautious in their public statements, noting that in a politically aware country, leaders must act with restraint and responsibility. Take a look.
We wish to reiterate our deep disappointment on the statements by the governor. We still maintain that these sentiments are his personal remarks that do not reflect or represent the views and the values of the Council of Governors. We therefore disassociate ourselves in toto and condemn these utterances, which were untimely, reckless, and unspeakable, especially at this time of deep mourning. In view of this, the Council has unanimously agreed to remove His Excellency Kahiga Mutahi from the leadership of the Council as the Vice Chair with immediate effect. We have also agreed that in due course we will hold another meeting where a new vice chair will be elected.
Meanwhile, ODM chairperson Gladys Wanga now wants former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua to also come out and clear the air over the statements made by Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga. Speaking in Kisumu, Wanga termed the statement an insult to the struggle by Odinga to, among other things, oversee the birth of the constitution that created positions that they enjoyed. Similar sentiments were echoed by Nyando MP Jared Okello and his counterpart from Mathare, who accused Kahiga of openly calling for the ostracization of certain regions which had been marginalized in the distribution of development projects.
That the very position that Kahiga holds as governor of Nyeri is a creation of the fight of Raila Amolo Odinga. And we know that there is politicians like Kahiga, who in the life of Raila Amolo Odinga have used him as a bogeyman to scale their own political heights there. But it is shocking that they continue to make Raila a bogeyman in his death.
We have noted Governor Kahiga's recent apology and resignation. However, these actions alone are insufficient to undo the deep harm caused by his disgressive remarks celebrating the death of Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Words of such hatred and disrespect carry serious consequences and must be met with full accountability. Therefore, I reiterate the demand for immediate arrest and prosecution of Governor Kahiga.
Away from that, now on to some health matters. And the Public Investments Committee of the National Assembly has raised concerns of exorbitant legal fees incurred by the defunct NHIF in the 2020-2021 financial year. While appearing before the committee, Social Health Authority's CEO Dr. Mercy Mwangangi faced tough questions over the Auditor General's report that flagged a 77 million shillings payment to 3 law firms to recover a debt of just 13 million shillings. The committee, led by Emmanuel Wangwe, questioned how NHIF spent over 240 million shillings on legal fees in a single year. Dr. Mwangangi clarified that the current SHA team was not in office at the time, but the committee urged them to review the records and report back to determine accountability.
CEO says that there is there's an attachment. That attached is a copy of the advocate's remuneration order. And she was trying to actually, explain this was proper. And explained according to what she has attached. Now, the Director of Finance is saying from the face value, it was not proper. So, which is which from the same organization?
Did you recover the 13 million, or what happened to this 13 million? What is this 13 million? Why is it that you have given us these records now? Why is it that that time when the audit was going on, they were not there?
We have been working very studiously on developing these responses, and we'll be able to go and check why responses were not done at that time. We would have to go back, source, and try and track any communication given by the Auditor Office and any response by the NHIF team that was present at that time. I'd have to go back and check and come back to you.
Staying with matters health, Nakuru County has intensified campaigns aimed at curbing the spread of cholera, especially in schools across Kilgoris. Now, the county government, in partnership with non-government organizations, has launched clean water and sanitation projects in learning institutions. Narok Governor Patrick Ole Ntutu urged residents to use safe water and maintain hygiene. Similar sentiments were expressed by AMREF's Daniel Kurao, who emphasized the need for proper sanitation and food safety in schools.
Sasa tuko na maji clean. Usiende kuchota maji zile tu ziko huko kwa mto. Kwa sababu ile shida tulikuwa naye hapo, watu wameanza kuwa wengi pale Kilgoris town na pia pale Lorgoria, na kuna watu wengi ambao wanaishi bila toilet. Iposa bado tunauliza tu, kila familia lazima uwe na toilet. Huwezi kwenda tu kwa msituni. Hiyo wakati iliendanga tulimalizanga hiyo maneno.
We urge all our school children, now that they are going to exams, to ensure that we observe hygiene. Let us use our toilets properly. Let us wash our hands regularly. Let us also ensure that the food that we eat is clean. And we must take these messages back to our parents and ensure that all of us are prepared to ensure that we prevent all these preventable diseases.
We are in an arid area, and this water will prevent our students from going downstream and also the animals inside the compound. You know, some people use that as an anti-ground to go and seduce them there, give them a phone, or maybe even introduce them to substance abuse. So that has been cut off.
The fraud case against former Nzoia Sugar Company Managing Director Godfrey Sifuna Wanyonyi and 7 other senior officials has been adjourned. The case will now be heard on the 11th of February next year. The prosecution had been expected to present its final witnesses during today's session, but failed to do so. The 8 are accused of defrauding the company of 11 million shillings, money alleged to have been embezzled from Nzoia Sugar Company.
Do you have witness?
On the part of myself
and further considering that the prosecution would not have closed its case today, I will exercise my discretion and grant the application for adjournment. However, in view of the age of this matter, I order that all parties must be ready for hearing on the next hearing date, and this is marked as the last adjournment on all the parties.
Police in Matungulu Sub-County have recovered a firearm that was stolen from Kinyui Police Station 2 months ago. The recovery comes a day after Machakos County Commissioner Josephine Ouko vowed that authorities would pursue the suspect and ensure the weapon was recovered. While confirming the incident, Matungulu Deputy County Commissioner Evelyn Wekesa said the gun was found on Tuesday evening, abandoned in Katine area. She noted that a search is underway to try and recover the magazine and buttstock that were missing. This recovery follows a reported case of insecurity in the area, which authorities believe may be linked to the stolen weapon.
Bunduki ilipotelea kule kwa posti yetu moja katika location ya Madeine kwa police post inaitwa Kinyui. Na tangu wakati huo tumekuwa tunaitafuta. Na tunataka kushukuru sana kwa sababu kupitia kwa uhusiano yetu na wananchi. Na pia wakati tulikuwa tunasherehekea mashujaa jana, County Commissioner wetu alikuwa amepasha habari wananchi waweze kutusaidia ili tuweze kupata ile bunduki ambayo ilipotea.
Matters Agriculture now, and the chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Agriculture and Tigania West MP John Mutunga has warned NCPB depot managers against engaging in fraudulent activities in the sale of subsidized fertilizer as the planting season begins across eastern Kenya. Now, speaking at the newly constructed Uhuru Sub depot in Tigania West, Mutunga urged residents to report any cases of fertilizer cartels, even in private stores, assuring them that transport costs have been eased with the establishment of the new facility. He further revealed a proposed bill in Parliament seeking to have all agricultural officers registered through the Kenya School of Agriculture to ensure they possess proper farming knowledge.
Tunahimiza na tunasisitiza maofisa kutoka ofisi ya National Cereals and Produce Board, wale watakuwa wakiuza hii fertilizer, watumie kanuni zilizowekwa na serikali na ile ratiba iko katika Ministry of Agriculture ya uandikishaji wa watu, kwa sababu kila mkulima amejiandikisha kulingana na eneo lake la ukulima, kulingana na shamba yake.